다리 뜯어먹은 거. 뭐야?
Sunlight dances on the balcony as I wait for thee to come home. A phone bubble was in my sadness when you're in that dress. Glad you're home. Will you stay with me? Never leave. You walked into my life and I am glad you came.
어차피 방학 되면 하고.
Glad you came. You're not around, I've been broken. Glad you came. Glad you came. I was lost till I fell in your eyes. Had me wondering why I hold you close so you're by my side till the end of time before we go.
모두야?
Never
왜 갑자기 싸운다는 게
walked into my life and I am glad you came. Glad you came.
너무 아래쪽 크면 안 나가게 되면 빨리 먹으라고. 짝꿍 채우네. 하나. 이거 올려서 맛있으니까 먹까. 오, 많아. 많아. 하면 얼마나 되나.
dances on the balcony as I wait for thee to come home. For words and miles of this when you're in that dreams, glad you're home. Will you stay with me? Never leave. You walked into